Today's horoscope, Pisces October 30th, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. You can be so motivated and intrigued with what you're doing that you work almost tirelessly today. There might also be a strong commitment to understanding yourself and your inner motivations. However, there can be a tendency to nurse resentments as today's minor challenging aspects can produce delays or problems being direct and straightforward. People are taking themselves a little too seriously right now. The more you push, the stronger their resistance, so it makes sense to back off and act a little detached or aloof. Misunderstandings with a love interest are possible now, or there can be obligations to fill that make you feel less than independent. Someone may seem overly frustrated, animated, or impatient. Draw on patience for the best results now. Run and hide. Drama is afoot. This is especially true because frustration is here, and the planets are pointing directly at you. Mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet, has been sizzling and soaring through a fellow water sign and in the depths of your solar house. He will arrogantly throw shade over to electric Uranus, now shaking it up in your solar house of communication. This means that you could feel suddenly provoked and prodded by bad news that leaves you and your partner furious. The news could manifest in a way that shakes both of you. Don't make promises or sign agreements today. Focus on what you can. Do not lean on others for stability when the moon enters Libra, forming a conjunction with the South Node in Libra and opposition with the North Node in Aries. You may feel called to connect with someone who can provide financial or professional security. You may need to borrow money, ask for a job, or see what they have to offer you. Although this individual could help you out in a pinch, it might come at a cost. The fateful cosmic energy is your cue to keep being self-focused and self-reliant. Today's aspect gives you the impression that what you see is what you get, but this is not always the case. The most important thing to keep track of is how you feel. You can't always know what you feel right away, but stick with it and you'll get there eventually. Yoga or meditation will help you get centered, and drinking lots of water will also clarify your mind. Don't let other people's opinions sway you. You can expect to have highs and lows during the day. You are coming into a period when you will be questioning yourself and you'll have to make some big decisions, notably in your private life. Some problems related to group projects that you have been involved in recently should be coming up as well. A lawsuit may complicate the situation, so be vigilant and prudent, especially if you sign a contract. In addition, a slight contretemps and unexpected situation could arise and add to the trouble that recent events have created. When Mars leaves a playful and creative part of your chart in 6 days, he will not only return to your busy work sector but will spend the rest of the year here. With Venus already in your career sector and Mercury returning over the weekend, this professional year is reaching a tipping point that will have exciting implications across the income, work, and career fronts. Until then, with Mars' final days in a playful and creative part of your chart coinciding with the Sun's first full week in your sector of adventure, travel, learning, and discovery, this is a chance to first put in some guardrails when it comes to a balance between work and play. It is during its final hours in your relationship sector that the moon will find itself in the wrong place at the right time today. A clash with Neptune, in retrograde motion in Pisces, might push some old buttons, but a friendly aspect to Uranus, in retrograde motion in your communication sector, be a chance to use this to give your emotional responses, relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. This comes just as Neptune's friendly aspect to Mars in your romantic sector peaks. Daily Planetary Overview. Today's cosmic energy encourages us all to reflect, pause, and be mindful of our patterns. With the moon in balanced Libra aligning with the South Node of Karma and opposing the North Node of Fate, you may feel a tug to revisit some old habits or comfort zones. It's as if the universe is testing your growth, nudging you to see if you'll take the familiar path or choose a fresh, empowering direction instead. Sometimes, situations or even certain people bring out responses we'd rather leave in the past. Today, try to pause before reacting and ask yourself, is there a new way to approach this? Breaking free from old patterns isn't easy, but every step you take strengthens the path to a brighter, more fulfilled you. You might even feel an extra surge of dynamic energy today, a kind of inner fire that makes even challenging tasks seem a little more manageable. Think of it as a hidden source of motivation that's pushing you to face responsibilities and long-term goals with a fresh sense of purpose and clarity. Have you ever tackled a big project or taken on a challenge with so much excitement that it felt nearly effortless? But then, halfway through, you realized it required a bit more stamina than anticipated? Today is a lot like that, a day to harness that excitement, but also to pace yourself. Approach each task with a sense of balance, keeping your feet on the ground while letting your inspiration guide you. By taking things one step at a time, you'll make the most of this incredible energy without feeling scattered or overwhelmed. In your personal relationships, this energy offers a lovely opportunity to connect more deeply with those you care about. If you're in a relationship, take the time to nurture your bond. Perhaps there are some unresolved issues you both haven't addressed, or maybe you've been meaning to share your dreams, concerns, or goals for the future. Imagine today as a safe space for open, heartfelt conversation, one that can bring you closer and strengthen your connection. Sometimes, simply sharing how we feel, without judgment or expectation, is all it takes to turn a moment into a memory. If you're single, the stars are aligned to bring a bit of luck and love your way. This is a wonderful time to put yourself out there and meet new people. You might feel especially charming and confident, and others will likely notice your warm, authentic energy. Whether it's reaching out to someone you've had your eye on, joining a social gathering, or simply smiling at someone new, let today's energy inspire you to open your heart a little wider. After all, love often finds us when we're being our truest selves. There's also a gentle reminder to be mindful of balance today, especially with this surge of confidence and drive. When we feel particularly empowered, it's easy to say yes to everything, to push ourselves a bit too far, or even overcommit. Think back to a time when you were full of excitement and dove into multiple projects or activities at once. It felt amazing at first, but maybe it left you feeling overextended. Let today be about pacing yourself. Savor the energy, but also take those moments to pause, breathe, and check in with your own needs. Financially, today's energy is also supportive, especially if you're considering new opportunities or negotiations. You're likely to find yourself in a confident, self-assured mindset, which can give you a unique edge in discussions around money, investments, or long-term planning. Think of this as a great moment to plant seeds for future abundance, whether that means negotiating something new, making a savvy purchase, or simply setting goals for the future. Trust your instincts here and remember that today's decisions can positively impact your future in ways you might not even see yet. Lastly, take some time for self-care and physical well-being. With both mind and body aligned, this is an ideal day to get active, try something new, or simply enjoy moving in a way that feels good. But remember, with all this energy, it can be tempting to push yourself to the limit. Listen to your body, stay aware of your limits, and make choices that feel nurturing and sustainable. Building healthy habits is a journey, so embrace each small step forward. Let us know in the comments, how are you planning to make the most of today's energy? Whether it's stepping out of your comfort zone, having a meaningful talk, or making strides in your goals, we'd love to hear how this cosmic moment is inspiring you. Here's to a day of balance, connection, and intentional growth.